Hello guys, my name is Francis. This video I want to show you the difference between Orc and Nightelf. Not just the difference, but the oppressiveness of Nightelf against Orc in 1v1 especially. In team games it's slightly different, but in 1v1 it's super obvious. This video should not be about bashing Nightelf overall, but I think Nightelf against Orc is in a pretty good shape right now. And I want to highlight the reasons why I think so. Not just say it, but I want to highlight it as well. Alright, in this game I leveled up my Dark Ranger to level 7 so I can get Charm. And look at this, I got a Wisp. With this circle of vision I don't have Ultra Vision upgrade. And this is the moving circle of vision a Wisp has. Not just this is very fast, but it also has a really big vision of vision. Now compared to the Blade Master, even in Windwalk he sees less than the Wisp, which is insane. He sees less than a Wisp, a working unit which can be sent on a tree everywhere on the map. And I don't know any tree on this map, sadly. But there are trees on this map, or on some maps, on most maps, where you cannot even attack the Wisp. So it's a 24/7 scout unit. And let's say you see the Wisp as Playmaster, you should kill it, some say, but let's try. You see the Wisp, you come here, you Windwalk. Do it again. Okay. Now the Wisp, let's wait a bit until it has more HP. I'm sorry for the poor casting quality, but I want to make it very, very clear. Let's wait until it is 125 HP. Alright. Let's say it's a map where the Wisp cannot hide from melee attacks, which on most maps they can. You attack the Wisp, go Windwalk, and now they see it. Okay, backstab is away, but you need to do so much, you need to chase so far. Now the Wisp got blocked, and they can dead the last second, and they wasted like 10-15 seconds. Sometimes you invested Windwalk, 75 mana gone with the detonation, like 35 mana gone on top. If you waste another Windwalk, it's like 150 mana gone at least, just to get rid of this scout unit. But in the meantime, you wasted so much time on killing the Wisp. Yeah, that's just one part why getting rid of the scout Wisp is so annoying as Orc against Nightelf. Sometimes you can put the Wisp on the start here. Let's show it on the map. Because in this video I want to show every Nightelf player how good Elf is against Orc, and I give you all the tips. Because every Nightelf does something else differently and well differently. And vice versa, right? So I want to show the best content possible for Nightelf player to beat Orc. So if Nightelf scouts, they put if the Orc player is here and Nightelf player is on the other side, they often just put one Wisp on this tree location, which you don't see as Orc with your little tiny vision you have. They see if you creep the green spot, that's huge. Let's say if I'm Nightelf, I start Ancient of War creeping this spot, and after I picked up my item because the unit is dead once the hero arrives, and you look over and you see nothing is done creeping, you can assume 100% that the Playmaster is coming over to your base. And what's the response for the Orc, for the Nightelf? After creeping this, the circle, good Nightelf players circle the demon around, or the keeper, whatever hero you have, around all the way around, and enter the Orc Beyond line. And Dangle level 1 kills a Beyond, and then like one harass kills 4 Beyonds, right? little information or huge information you get here. If you try to kill it again, they just send it away. There's so many trees, but I'm not a Nightelf main, so I don't know where the safe trees are. Like, I'm pretty sure you cannot detect the wisp here either. It's 24/7 scout and also vision and everything. You see a red dot on the minimap, and look at this huge. I just realized by recording this that the wisp has such a huge circle of vision. It's insane. It's even bigger than the Blademaster's vision or other heroes' vision. It's insanely big. Insanely good scout unit, I have to say. I think I have to get one of those as well. All right. Good scouting and also can harvest lumber, as you can see here. It recently got buffed as well, 15%, which is really good. It costs only 60 gold. And if you compare it with a scout Bion, which is 75 gold and super slow and almost no vision like we've seen earlier, it's pretty good, I would say. All right. Let's look about deck tree. What can Nightelf do? A very good Nightelfs after Ancient of War creeping this. The close of the base, just like this. Yeah, the tree comes back. And then the root here. And then sometimes you cannot even scout what units they are going, because they put it in the back here. And once you are tier 2 as orc player, thanks for the sub, Doom Train. Once you are tier 2, you have to decide as orc, do you go TC against Talons? Do you go Mass Raiders, no Walkers against Mass Triads? Sometimes the Del is a Hunter's Hall, and I have not seen many Nightelfs do it, but you can basically hide anywhere on the map a Hunter's Hall. And as orc, you could assume if you don't see it Hunter's Hall, alright, it must be Talons, right? But you have no vision over the back here. You don't see it. It's so insane. The scouting hero cannot see the deck tree back here. Blademaster, no chance for you, sir. Don't see it. But definitely they can see if it's tier 2 or tier 3. But you don't know if you go against Triads or Bears. That's the crazy part here. And let's check the units. If you go against Orc, you can go Mass Archers, Mass Huntress works. Slaves don't work, I think. The meta right now is often Mass Triads, Keeper, Demon Hunter. Which doesn't mean it's the best way to play. Many Nightelf players play just Mass Triads, tier 2, no tier 3, and with a 1/1 upgrade. And this army is super strong against Orc, because all you have to do is get a staff on your Demon Hunter, a Keeper, basically. You need to get some items on the Demon, and I mean, this is basic stuff. Let's pretend that the Demon is almost dead. Basic stuff. Double staff. You don't even have to drop, but lazy Nightelfs don't drop, and it's still super working. And then you staff in and double staff, and it's really not hard to micro. It's super easy to micro, and it's really oppressive against Orc. You can get with this style 2 or 3 kills whilst losing maybe 1, maximum 2 trials maximum with this army, and you still have the comfort of always switching units, and because you didn't lose anything, you can always switch it up and go Bears late game anyway. You can also get an X1 in the back. You can make an aggressive Ancient Protector here, And an expansion, well, because you have the Wisp tree buff, 15%, don't forget. Yeah. Let's think about the deck tree of Orc. What can an Orc do against Nightelf? Often it's Playmaster Grunts opening. Fuzzy is not viable anymore because Must Triads always counters it. Must Archer counter it, even better. Second, Demon or Keeper doesn't matter. Just Must Archer, and you are completely fine against Fuzzy or anything. If they go Grunt, Raider, Walker, just spam Triads or Bears or both because you can. If they go Headhunter, just Creep level 3 or not. You can do so many things actually. You can sit in the base with Immolation, Creep level 3, Demon. Everything works actually. That's the cool part against Fast Headhunter. Everything works. Tower Push is not working because you can get archers, lots of archers with range upgrade, so you have a good range, and Headhunters do less damage against archers and vice versa, but the demon is the carry or the keeper, while the Fuzzy is not carrying anything. Yeah, heroes we got through. Which heroes you can do as Elf against Orc? There's so much variation. You can go Demon Hunter with. You can choose anything of those. You can do it as well with Blademaster, of course, but Mirror Image is not that popular anymore because Mana Burn just kills it. You cannot creep anymore once you get Mana Burned. You can go Keeper, Treants, Dangle, both viable. You can even go first Banda. First hero Banda is Nightelf against Orc. I mean, it's not easy, but it works many times because you can get Must Try It easily backup on tier 2 as well. You can go Fire Lord first. I've seen that many times recently. Beastmaster could work, but not so easy. You can go Bottom and Warden, so like 5 heroes for sure with the Fire Lord and 6 heroes maybe with Banda. Beastmaster, very not easy to play, I have to say, but they work. Second heroes you can go, of course, literally any one of those. Even Tinker or Pitlord works. Even Dark Range, I guess. Just with the Must Ride combo. Orc can only get Playmaster. Tried many different other things, heroes, but they just get hard countered. If you go Fuzzy, it gets hard countered by Demon every time. It gets good countered by Keeper as well, because they can expand really easy with Keeper. Of course, Orc is the reactive race, so they have to always make sure Elf is not expanding straight away with the Scout Beyond, but the Scout Beyond is so slow, even as the movement, it says very slow, movement speed, very slow. Not just slow, but very slow, so it gets killed for sure if you scout it. You can do the creep pull, but it's often not worth it. Good. I think the units we've gone through everything, what's viable for Elf. I mean, basically with Expo everything, right? But so many maps you cannot get rid of fast Expo. Just wanted to show the very slow attack speed, slow movement speed. Okay, I mixed this up. Never mind. Still super slow. Like the slowest unit in the game, right? Maybe only the crit is slower than this. What's next? Alright, units. Archer, Must, Keeper is viable. Must Hunts are viable. Must Triads are viable. Triad Bears is viable. Hunt Triads is viable. Archer Triads, Hunt Bears. Hunt Triad Bears. Archer Triad Bears. Hunt Talons. Archer Talons. Archer hunts into Talons works. One Archer opener into Must Talons. And that's it. And the combination, of course, Archer Hunt only, which I did not mention yet. Must Hippo Riders, not easy to pull off, but can work as well. With Ancient Protector Bush, easily possible. On the other hand, what's viable for Orc? You have to react. You have to react what Elf is doing. Against Must Talents, you need completely other units than against must bears or against must rides. You can get Raider Walker, but against bears you need Kodo. You need 7 words against Talons if you have wrongly gone with the Shadowhunter, which is the worst hero against Talons. DC is better, but if you cannot scout it earlier, like I said, you cannot see the backline here. You can run into Talons and then you have a Shadow. You need 7 words against this Fortified Burrow and Expo. Fun fact, Fortified Burrow and a tower is not always guaranteed to save you against the Talon push, because Nightelf, often they don't do it, but they have the very simple option to go for the Zephyr and blow it up. And then you stand there with Raider, 1 Raider, 2 Raiders maximum, Walker against 10 Talons and triple hero with double staff. And whilst the Orc is pushing your Expo, they can even get a backup Expo easily in the back. Alright, what's next? Alright, what if Orc goes for something else, like Doran late game? The counter to Doran is James, guys. And another fear who runs into Doran, just go lane the Orc a little bit, run in their Beyond line. They have to defend all the time, or they have no mining, while the Orc player is not that efficient in the another phase. Once they're fortified, of course, you can argue that Moonwelts are way more important than burrows. But with home defense, you can always make it work. You can always defend full burrows against Doran. It's super unrealistic to get Doran pushed into the base and have no chance. So you always have time for Chims. Only a critical number of Doran can overrun you in the Nightelf phase, but in the Nightelf phase you're always super safe, usually. Against Nightelf you are on a timer. You have to finish the game the first 10 to 15 minutes. If it goes late game, you have this cute upgrade as Nightelf. You don't even need it actually. And then just run the tree over here. You can just run for no gold investment, while the Orc needs to get Tiny Great Hole for 600 gold or normal Expo for 385 gold. Late game also super good for Nightelf. You don't have to finish against Orc very fast. Just get a few Moonwelts, and many Nightelfs, they don't even get those important upgrades like Ultra Vision. Like, it's insane, Nightelfs don't get it. Most Nightelfs don't get it. The armies is so much further at night. It's insane. It's like almost like daylight. You can use it. Really good Nightelfs use it as really good Nightelfs use Moonstone for creep check purposes. Not so good Nightelfs don't even get the upgrade, but you can still get 2500 IC. I know people for a fact with 2500 MMR who don't get Ultra Vision all game or this upgrade all game, Wellspring upgrade all game. Like, never. They never get it, and I don't know why. Super cheap, super efficient. Orc has to take risky spots sometimes. Basically, when Orc is creeping, they are bleeding. You need to use so much gold for healing. Elf, you have rejuvenation with bears. You could argue you can go mass doctors, or a few doctors at least for healing, but it's just so super inefficient. You need to invest so much wood and lumber and gold and time. It's so time intense to get these upgrades done. Like, this upgrade is super fast. Rejuvenation upgrade is like, look, it's almost finished already. And let's see the time. I started at 24. It's like 20 seconds, I think. Maybe 25 seconds, I guess. Yeah, seems like 25 seconds. Maybe 24 seconds. Super fast. And you have heal available already if you don't want to use Moon Shoes. Explorer was running over here, is super tanky, not easy to kill. The gold wisps are secured, they are immune to damage. I want to show you another trick many Nightelfs don't make. Don't know. Nightelfs players always fail, what I've noticed, to decently repair their expo. Many orcs, because the Tree of Life is so tanky at times. To get a mineral. I want to show you guys a nice trick as an Nightelf player. Unload. Right. Just unload all the time and then put back in. The auto repair, that non-stop auto rev. You just need to unload once and they repair the mine. That's the trick. They don't even have to make so many repair steps, but there's still 25, not kidding, 2500 MR elves who don't know this trick. So easy against every bush arc makes against the entangled goldman. Just unload once and they repair already. Put in, unload. Yeah, of course you can do the same with burrows, but yeah, whatever. Let's continue. Early game for Orc, what makes it really hard and why many Orc players start with mirror image and not windwalk, is you take so much damage from creeps. You take so much damage from creeps, and then the new maps especially are even harder for Orc because you take even more damage. Let me think shortly. Yeah, this Hammerfall map. I want to show you replays faster than being here. Game I've just played, and of course I've lost, but you can still DC. I want to show you how much gold I have to spend in order to creep. And the creep route I show you now is not my bad creep route, but it's meta. It's meta Orc against Elf. Alright, we start one burrow, grunt, playmaster, kill the Gnoll Warden and the Gnoll Brute Gnoll. You get this item, and you don't even kill this guy. Slap a micro by me not getting the agility straight away. Alright, first healing cell, 33 gold wasted. Meanwhile, Elf spent 0 gold for healing. 0 gold. Right. Now the creeps, this Hydra, they always change targets, which makes it even more expensive for every race which has to single target heal. And of course, that's only Orc. It's not really relevant against Orc against human because you don't creep like this with Blademaster Grunt, but Blademaster Grunt is so sensitive against this stuff. And now it switches targets, I have to burn another 66 gold for the double heal. 66, 100 gold gone already. 10 gold, it's like I was AFK in the first 10 seconds of the game. Or more even, because you don't start with 5 gold beams anyway. You make alta and stuff. I was gambling, does he creep this? Most Nightelfs actually creep this and get expo early, so I had to check it like this, but he got the other side. It's 50-50. You can make a Beyond Scout, but I try many different things as well. So in this game I did not do a Beyond Scout because it costs 75 gold as well. So I creep this. I healed the grunt a little bit too early. It got cancelled by the huge range shot. My opponent doesn't even micro correctly. He didn't cancel the healing self. I don't know what he was watching. But I had to spend another 66 gold and 200 gold already spent for healing only. And check this out, it doesn't even work. It's not even worth it. I lose this grunt now. I wanted to send this grunt home because I didn't know I'm against demon. I had the chances of playing against keeper still because you don't know. If you don't scout, could be demon or keeper. Elf knows all the time what you play, and it's always playmaster anyway. Because Farsi would just get blind counted every time anyway. So I had to lose this grunt. Lost 200 gold in the early game already, and Elf could literally. I had to check the spot because they drew life here, but Elf didn't use gold at all. I was trying to kill this archer, but of course it has a natural invis clock of shadows. I mean, it's the race design. It's completely fine. I don't want to argue about it. It's the race design. It's how it has to be. But I had no chance of saving this grunt here. 0. Once the demon arrived, if I wanted to kill this archer, I needed dust. I need to chase it down. I need to use speed scroll, and you get or either get boots of speed. And on top of it, if I use dust, he just runs away with the archer. Run. Dust times out, and he goes invis again. And I have to use another dust. And if I use another dust and he's in range of his base already, he even gets healed, and I wasted another 75 gold. It's just, you just waste so much gold trying to kill stuff and trying to creep. Okay. I said it like a douche, but that's just how it is. Also, mana is really cheap. You get mana all the time. You can buy expensive clarity, but that's for orc to get the expensive clarities. Better just for elf to get it. Right, in this game I should have seen there's no Hunter Soul, so my assumption must have been either tier 2 all in, because I cannot cancel it out. I even actually have to get grunts now still. I should get grunts because it could be mass archers still. It could be shadow melting like 3 still. And a tier 2 tower bush with a hidden Hunter Soul somewhere. It's all possible. You can build. Wisps are all over the map, and they can build anything, any Hunter Soul, all the time they want. My biggest surprise is Nightelfs don't build proxy Hunter Soul, and it would be the strongest thing you can do. Because Orc would see no Hunter Soul and expect mass talents or mass archers. Whilst in reality you can go for Tower Bush or Triad Bears. I mean, Hunter Soul is even worth with talents because you can get Ultra Vision and Wellspring upgrade on tier 3. Almost losing my breath here. Moonstone for potential creep checks. Elves don't get Ultra Vision funnily enough. True, recent changes. Yeah, now you have heavy armor and the Huntresses on top, but one more thing I want to emphasize is the current meta Triad Bears, just must Triads, is not the only strategy which can work against Orc, but it's the easiest strategy which works against Orc. And all the other strategies like the Hunt Triads, Triad Bear combo, or Talents, Hunt Talents, Archer Talents is all super viable. Super viable. There's zero reason not to play it. It's really, really strong still. But Triads, must Triads only is just way easier to micro. That's why Night Elves don't play it that often, because they don't like to make hard micro moves sometimes. No disrespect to most Night Elf friends I have, but and I know Night Elf is really hard if you have to beat human. Night Elf. All respect for every Night Elf who can beat human on a consistent level or undead, as you have seen on Happy, who wrecks every elf, but Happy is another page of the story. But against Orc, you just have too much variety, dude. Alright. And now you couldn't say, yeah, just be on Scout. Let me show you this. Beautiful, beautiful replay I just played. You can go for the Be on Scout. I also wanted to show a trick for Orcs, but it didn't work this game. I scouted this game. If the Night Elf is creeping this camp first, you should not allow the fast expo for Elf. So I saw he creeps this. I wanted to go for the Beyond Bull. I sent the Beyond in. It gets ensnared. And suddenly, even though the archers attack the spider, the ogre, for some reason, that's not a rare case. Beyond gets killed that often. Keeper, a good Nightelf player, just entangle the keeper and he's level 2 after the scout. Just entangle it, hit it 4 times and the scout beam is dead forever with the keeper. That means you're completely blind against Nightelf. Right, I've seen he creeps this. I was assuming he goes for this camp because it has a nice item. It used to have a nice item. My grunt could have scouted the expo. I didn't because I was worried about keeper was level 2 after this camp. So I wanted to go for a creep check here. But guess what? He was not here, not here. I got the item because creep check over here would most likely have been too late anyway. Or not necessarily, but yeah, I was running around a little bit sloppy, but he gets the expo up. I was using a little bit more heal, but it's all not worth it. He has still 2 more entangles and it's super far away. Even if I hit it right, it's timing perfectly, I would not have been able to kill it. Cloak of Shadows is super useless for me in this situation. Sold it, got expensive circlet and boots, and the game is over after I got level 2 here. I could have gone for the expo attempt straight away again, but I would have lost both grunts this time, and on top of it I wouldn't even kick it. So I did a Beyond Scout. I should have scouted the expo straight after, but if I waste so much time here, Elf gets this camp, and this most likely in Keeper would be 2.8, 2.7, whilst I would be 1.3, 1.4. And the most important thing is Nightelf Scout. If Nightelf Scouts here, sees a shop, they know already, okay, Orc is creeping. You can even tell, based on how fast the barracks is and how fast the shop is it a fast shop? Is the Orc straight harassing or is it a delayed shop? So you have to creep 1 camp to get the items before you can push over. If it's no shop, harass, another tip for my Nightelf friends, which I don't have many. If you see no shop, just harass. Like, no shop means Orc Playmaster is going to harass your wisps. Just spread your wisp. Maybe your 3rd Moonwell, hide it maybe, and just sit in the Beyond line. If you have Keeper, you can kill at least 4, maybe 5 Beyonds. It's the mana pool. Yeah, you can kill 5 entangles of 300 mana, and the 6th entangle would be 375 mana, but you have mana regen as well, so you can get 6 Beyond kills. And I guarantee you, not worth it for Orc. If you have Demon Hunter, just go here, sit down, and stop the mining forever. So no shop is possible. Counter, just harass the Orc. Alright. Elf can always run away from fights if they take out the raiders, but Raider and Snare has a super long cooldown as well, and Elf always has the luxury of having a staff. So even if something gets caught, like a bear or something, you can always staff him out usually, because they nerfed Ensnare like a few patches ago immensely. I mean, Ensnare was strong back in the day. It was forever actually. After the cooldown was over, you had another Ensnare ready, but now you don't have anymore. Yeah, recent change regarding this matchup Orc against Nightelf is Orc doesn't have the wards displayable anymore, so this is a massive nerf. Healing wards are not displayable anymore, or the sentry status traps are not displayable anymore, but instead they made them one shot, which is even easier to take them out. It's even easier and more mana efficient. I would rather have dispel mana drained from the Dryads to get rid of traps and heal wards than to get my traps one shot by any hero or with any unit, like literally. Alright. Late game Blade Master can be strong, but Demon Hunter is even stronger. On level 6, of course. Keeper level 6 super strong as well. Shadowhunter level 6 gets skipped all the time. Useless, you don't need big bad voodoo. Because mana, anyways, Shadowhunter gets mana burned anyway all the time. Let's be real. Yeah. I think that's it. Main issue is you have to spend 1 trillion gold to heal up, and even the new maps, they don't make it easier. I want to go through the maps as well. And yeah, I almost forgot the biggest issue right now for Orc is the map pool. Let's start here with the maps I have vetoed. Warhill, I have vetoed it against every race because human, elf, undead. It's very easy to expo right here. A super big map. And big maps are bad for Orc because your expo is slow, opponents' expos are fast. You cannot creep check them in time, they get their expo up all the time if they just babysit it. If you go passive and go start with expo yourself, the expo is like 30% finished, and the best play for your opponent is either A, straight expo and push over, or P, straight expo, creep level 3 and then push to your expo, and you will be there with level 2.5, maybe a level 3 with Fasia, but they get scout anyway. They have a super clean fast scout. Acolyte is super fast scout unit, super HP, super healthy. You have to chase him all the way to get rid of him. Wisp of course also sees it, and human, I mean level 3 archmage. You probably didn't even started your deck and they get your expo cancelled, so it's useless. Tide Hunters is fine. I would say it's balanced map, even though the expo is super easy for all races. But the distance is not that big, so you can creep check. That's so important. Orc has to creep check the expo, of course. The Renner stand is horrible for Orc against many map races. Against human, they get the Shadow Priest, and you always veto maps like this where you get easy access to Shadow Priests. Because if I play against human, or yeah, basically most of the time human or elf, they always get it Shadow Priest at the start. And your Wolf Harris is super useless against human, so you always veto these maps against human basically, because it doesn't work. You cannot win or compete against the expo if they got Shadow Priest and you have Fasia. This map, lots of ensnares, creeps, inner fire creeps, which makes it super unattractive for Orc again. It takes so much damage creeping those. You need to spend so much gold healing up, while as human you can just pull militia and creep it very fast, efficiently. You have your water element, it tanks all the damage and the creep is gone before your element dies. You have Ancient of War, which can tank even the strong camps, and you don't lose hit points. As Orc you need to spend 200 gold for almost every creep camp, because on top of it you have so many ensnares. You have slow casted on many maps, which swaps targets as well. Really annoying to creep on a map like this. You have Inner Fire Priest right here. You have to hex him, hit him once, so he doesn't heal again. If you hex and hit him once, he stops Inner Fire healing after he returns. But without hex, you cannot even creep this properly. It's full of Inner Fire. You cannot creep your Shadow Hunter here level 2. And the other camp is super tanky as well. Yeah, and double trappers, everything. This camp is really dangerous to get creep checked on. This camp, you need to spend mana to creep it even. Like Hex all the time. Of course, every race has to spend mana to creep, but here it's a no-brainer. Shadowgrave needs to get Dispel vetoed for the same reason. Dispel. Yeah. Really easy to creep for all races, elf and human, especially human. They get this camp done before you arrive. They have Shadow Priest, you cannot creep check, they display all your wolves, and after they get the expo easily up as well. Secret Rally have to veto against human most of the time, or Nightelf. The MVP creeps are in the middle. Create a healing potion, create a mana potion, big invo potion, like very nice items here. And it's really, 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 really hard to contest for Orc. Sadly. And also no Blade Master items on this map, maybe here. Maybe if you're lucky, +8 claws here, but nothing else. So it's super, super shit for Orc, especially against Nightelf again. But right now I'm just talking about map pool, not about Orc against Nightelf, but specifically the map pool right now for Orc against everything. Northern Alts is, I guess, a fine map, one of the better maps for Orc, because you can find more Blade Master items, you can buy Blade Master items, just like on Tide Hunters. You can get the claws +5 in the early game, if you're lucky. Fuck, I have to go soon. Next map is Last Refuge. Also, you can get the display, so it's already 3 maps in this pool, where you have easy access to Shadow Priest. Yeah, and the other maps are not that bad, but Hammerfall, like I've shown earlier, extremely bad creeps, extremely bad fog. Like, it's not even fun. Yeah, the other maps are fine. Alright, that's it. I have to go, sadly. And that's it, yeah. Let's read the chat real quick before I stop my stream. First of all, hello guys. Do you already think about a good level 3 creepbot on Terrain Stand 2.0? Opening Blade Master? Yeah, it's not something on Terrain Stand you can think about. You can grip this as any race. You are level 2.1 after you're done with this. You grip this, you're level 2.3. And then you go to the expo, like talking out of human or elf perspective. So it's not efficient to have a level 3 because other races are just way faster than you. Another problem is that if elf goes keeper hunts, you don't know if you go mass hunts or deck to druids, because then shamans become useless in the late game compared to spirit walkers. I mean, if they go mass triads, walkers are useless again as well. And if you don't go mass walkers, they just switch into bears, and you cannot do anything to stop it. That's the mind games. You need to make so many decisions as Orc. You need to constantly have a grunt rotating or Beyond rotating around your base to get rid of the Ancient Protector, and also you need to not allow the Expo creep. Every map the same. You need to do so many different things. Scout the units, make the proper counter units, scout AB, scout the hero, scout immolation, mana burn, entangle. Do you lose all your Beyonds or not? Where is the keeper? Is he creeping level 3? You should not allow it. He shouldn't get an expo on top. I mean, this is just a joke, really. And if anyone who thinks this is balanced is, in my mind, completely stupid, because you can do nothing to stop all those threats. Either you're stupid or you have no clue about Orc against the Elf, but you cannot stop 8 threats non-stop. Especially in the early game, that's just too many threats which you have to respond to. And if you made one wrong decision, you just lose because you made the wrong response, because it's so many times it's a gamble. You have to gamble it, right? All right, 44 minutes. I thought it would be faster, but thanks for watching, and leave your feedback right here. Thank you.